Hey guys, it is Carl Brown for GuitarLessons365.com. Today we're going to learn how to play White Wedding by Billy Idol. So we've got a lot of guitar layers in this one, but they're all pretty simple guitar parts. So it's going to be better to have a couple of guitar players that can do this live. But I'll still show you all the different parts there. So let's start here with this intro. We're in standard tuning, and it starts just with a he's just going down the low E string, lightly placing your ring finger or whatever finger you want, and kind of tremolo picking. So just picking down, up, and he's going across different harmonic note points as he goes down the string. So that's what it changes, gives that strange little effect. And then we're into a B minor chord there. B minor is a bar at the second fret. Third fret there on the B string, fourth fret on the G and the D. All right, then we get to the main riff of the song. All right, so what is going on there? This is built around a B minor chord. We're going to start with the F sharp, the second fret there on the high E string, to the third fret on the B, to the fourth fret on the G, back to the fourth fret now on the D string with your second finger. So we have this. Then go back up. So going down, because same notes, but going up. Then come back down to the B string. That note, third fret on the B string. And then you hit your first chord, which is an E major chord, followed by a D major chord. All right, then we go back into the same lick that we did before. And then we go into a D major chord. It's really a D power chord in this voicing. Or you can go up there and do this if you want a D major there. Sometimes it might be easier actually to do that, to do the full voicings that he does in the recording, which is, let's just do it the easy way first. It's just like a D major chord, but you take this top note and move it to the 5th fret. So we have this basically just 4 top strings there. So 2 on the G string, 3 on the B, 5 on the high E. Or you could just play a D major chord here, bar chord, which is bar at the 5th fret with the 7th fret on the B, G, and the D. And that goes into an E major chord with a G sharp on top. So you could play it like this. So we have a bar here across the first 3 strings on the at the 4th fret, and then you're going to add the 5th fret there on the B string, the 6th fret there on the D, and then the 7th fret here on the 5th string, and you're going to hit the open E. So we have this. Now you might want to cheat it a little bit. Instead of getting the low E in there, you can actually hit the low E and then just kind of play it like a D major chord on these top 3 strings up at the 4th fret. Just kind of brush that low E, and it kind of makes it easier. So you can go, and then you're going to end it with the E minor chord again. All right, then we get to the verse, which is a pretty simple part. Now, the way Steve Stevens plays it live is like this. All right, so that's just power chords here at the 7th fret on the low E string. So 7 on the low E, 9 on the A string, Then just all downstrokes with a light palm mute here, right in front of the bridge. Hit that like, what is that, 16 times or something, and then take it down to the 5th fret 8 times, and then the open E power chord. So it's the open E string and the 2nd fret on the A string 8 times as well. So then you just go back between those 3 chords. So after you've gone through those 3 chords twice, then you go back to the 1st chord, then to the 5th fret power chord, hold there a little longer, then back up to the 7th fret. And that builds into the chorus. Now you can do those same chords here too if you want. So 2nd fret on the A string there, the open A power chord, and then the open E power chord. So just, wherever you really want to do it. I know he plays it here live, but then when we jump into the chorus, which sounds like this. Back to the muting there. So we have just an open A power chord. Just hit it once, let it ring. Then an E power chord, so it's the open E string with the 2nd fret on the A string. Then the B power chord, which is off just the 2nd fret on the A, 4th fret on the D. Then back to the E. And then to a D power chord. The way you want to do this is just the open D string, the 2nd fret on the G, and the 3rd fret on the B, and then back to the B. So we have it like this so far: A, E, and B. Now we're going to go back to the E, into a D, and the B minor. Take the full B minor chord there if you want. And then we're back to the E. And then we're going to end it with that D with the 5th fret there on the high E. All right, so then we work our way back through the verse again, the same little, but there's a guitar overdub with it. This is where you have a 2nd guitarist help you out, and that they're doing this. I've seen Steve Stevens do it live together, both. Kind of something like that, but it's not really how the recording is, so we'll kind of stick with how the recording goes. So we're going to stay here at the 2nd fret on the G and 3rd fret on the B. So just play those 2 notes 4 times. Now every time after I play, I'm just going to release the pressure, so it kills the sound. So we have this. And then just move down to the 2nd fret on the B string, along with still the 2nd fret on the G, and hit that 3 times, and then back up to the chord you were at before, just once. So we have this. So all together. So he does that for a lot of the song, the remainder of the song. You'll hear that going quite a bit. Now we have a kind of guitar solo section, which is pretty much the main riff of the song with a little extension at the end of it. So we have that main riff. This is at that 1 minute 56-second mark of the song, by the way. So we have this. Same thing we saw earlier, the main riff. And then we continue with this. All right, so just let me show you after the main riff section that you already know. So it's just repeating this main lick that we did. You repeat that 3 times. And then from there we have the last one. He does this little extended ending to it. And I'll work you through those notes. It starts the same way. Now when you get to the G string, the 4th fret, then go 2, 1. Then an open B string, and then slide into the 5th fret on the B string. Then play 3, 2. So this so far. Then over to the 2 on the G string, 4 on the D, and end it with 4 on the G. All right, so then it goes back into the same parts of the song you've seen before. There is some overdubs at the very end of the song. There's just a couple of bends that you'll hear in there. There's one at the 13th fret on the B string. And then there's one at the 4th fret where he just does like a half step bend. 4th fret on the G, half step bend and release. And then he just continues it with the dive bar with it. All right, so that's about it. It's a fun song, really catchy and not very difficult guitar parts. Hopefully you'll have a second guitarist help you out with it as well. I'll see you again soon for GuitarLessons365.com.